Today is Tuesday, September the 29th, and I am your host, KC Phoenix, and this is my daily thought. I will have to cut to the chase on this one because I'm actually recording this a lot earlier than I normally do. For those who may not know, I run two channels. One is a political channel where I deal with politics. The other one is this channel, and this is an anything but politics channel. I never discuss politics on this channel because I want people to have a place they can go and just not think about politics. That is one of the biggest reasons that I do this channel with the Keeping It Real with KC and then the My Daily Thought as a supplement to the Keeping It Real with KC show. All right. KIRWKC.com. Main podcasting platform, KIRWKC on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.com/KIRWKC. On YouTube and Daily Motion, if you're watching this video, you can click the subscribe button followed by the notification bell. That will let you know when I upload new videos. But it seems like I have a lot more listeners than I do watchers, which is fine with me. I'm indifferent with that. I love everybody equally. So if you are watching, I love you. If you're listening, I love you too. I love all of you equally. So it's all good. I'm doing an episode today on my daily thought about trust. And it's weird because I have to be honest about things. I have to keep it real as the show itself, the moniker of the show, Keeping It Real with KC. Today has been a weird day. It's been weird. For those who may be new to listening, I had dealt with mono back in March, and I still deal with complications from now and then because once you deal with mono, you pretty much have it for life. Yada, yada, yada. There are other complications that can come from that. Health-wise, I'm mostly great. Like, I probably could run a marathon if I wanted to right now. I still have issues from time to time with my sinuses, which I think it did something with sinusitis or something of that nature. So it's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down type thing. But I'm still able to function. I'm still able to do things and whatnot. I just have weird moments. And I had a weird moment earlier where I was just frustrated, even though I do my best to look at the glass half full instead of half empty, because compared to where I was, this is a major improvement. There's been a lot of major improvements, and I'm thankful for that. So don't misunderstand, I'm very thankful for that. It's just when you're not at 100%, when you're not at what you know is 100%, or if you get pushed back a little bit, it throws you off your game sometimes. And today was one of those days where it was like, okay, for the past 48 hours, things were rolling pretty good. Like, really, not pretty, really good. And then today it was just like, oh, really? Now? And lately, I've been thinking about someone who is not with us anymore. If you've been listening to the podcast, if you've been watching the videos, then you know I did an episode called A Message for June. And it was about an individual that had passed away. Trust is a huge thing. Trust is one reason why I am no longer friends with someone who I was originally friends with when I first moved to Los Angeles. I had known her for 6 years. And, and I'm not saying that she's a bad person or anything like that. She's not. She's a wonderful person, and I wish her nothing but the best. I hope she's doing fine. I haven't talked to her in probably 8 or 9 years. I haven't talked to her since 2011, give or take. She wanted to make amends, but I just didn't want to because I couldn't trust her anymore. And trust, for me, trust is a huge thing. If I can't trust you, if I can't trust you to always tell me the truth, if I can't trust you to hold secrets for the things that are secrets, which I don't have a lot of secrets. I mean, most of my stuff is out in the open. There are some things that I may take with me when I leave this life and go wherever my spirit is carried by the universe. But for the most part, I don't have many secrets. But the ones that I do have, if I say something to someone, I trust them to hold those secrets. Also, if something happens, I trust them to be there. And vice versa, if something happens. On this end, I would hope that they can trust me to be there. Now, obviously, the expectations and the boundaries need to be set and I try my best to do that, where I don't just do anything for anybody. Just like with animals, I'm not really an animal person. And I don't know, my phone has been blowing up lately. I'm sitting here looking at someone that just called. My phone's been blowing up lately. But with the animals, I'm not an animal person. I'm just not. So I wouldn't expect someone to be like, oh, well, can you pet sit? Not my thing. And anybody who knows me, that expectation is already set and stuff. So, and that's just a loose example. There's plenty other examples of trust. But I trust my listeners, I trust my viewers when I tell them the stories of my life, when I tell everyone how I feel, what's on my mind, I'm able to say it. Well, one, because ego, obviously, I have good self-esteem and I don't really care about what people think. But also, I trust that when you hear the information, you'll process it and you may have an opinion, but you won't look to judge. Because having an opinion and judging are two different things. Opinion is just what someone may feel. Judging is stating what they feel as fact, as overall fact, is how I look at it. And I might do an episode breaking that down one day. But the situation that happened today and has been happening, I've been thinking about the individual who was passed more than usual. And when it comes to, I'm about to get into tarot and astrology and stuff, so just humor me, stay with me a little bit. When it comes to astrology, tarot, they talk about twin flames, where in a twin flame and a soulmate are not necessarily the same thing. Just like the person when I was talking about my ex, when I was saying you don't want me until someone else does or until I moved on, my ex is my twin flame. I don't look at him as my soulmate. There's a lot of things that we have in common. There is a strong connection between us. But as for being with him the rest of my life, it isn't meant to be. As much as I love him, which I'm not in love with him anymore, but I still love him very much. But it's not meant to be. You can have more, as I Check out that episode. You can have more than one soulmate, and you can have more than one twin flame. I feel what I've been thinking about lately and why this individual who has passed away a few years ago has been on my mind so much is because as he's on my mind, part of me keeps thinking that he may have been a twin flame for me. And it's just now, as the days go on, as the months go by, it's just now sinking in more and more that he might have been one of my twin flames. And I try not to dwell on that energy because other episode, if you haven't listened to it, listen to it. You're not a time traveler. You can't go back and change anything. However, it isn't always easy to not think about certain things. And when I was feeling the way I was feeling today, one thing about me, I always fight. That is just, I'm very tenacious. I'm not the type that just likes to give up. I might stop if I'm attempting to do something one way. If it's not working for me, I might stop doing it that way and then look to do it another way to go around. Like I'll find another way to get past the obstacle and take another direction to get to the goal. Some people might say, oh, well, you gave up. No, I just decided to approach it another way to get to the main goal. And I'm very tenacious like that. I don't like to give up. I don't give in. People can call it stubborn. People can call it whatever. And as I deal with the ups and downs of the after effects of mono, today was more frustration, is what it was. It was just frustration. It was like, universe, I keep asking, I keep asking, I keep asking. I ask every single day, pretty much 3 times a day. Actually, no, 4 times a day. I keep asking. I want to get back to 100%. Because right now, I'm probably at like maybe 80, 85%, which isn't bad, but it's not 100%. And when I am not looking at the glass half full, and that frustration creeps in. It can be a little bit, I don't want to say depressing because I'm not a depressed person. That's not me. That has a negative connotation to it. It can be a little bit of a burden at times. And when I was in my moment, 2 things were going on. Half of me was thinking about, okay, keep on fighting. Keep on doing this. You're going to get back to 100%. The other half of me, because this individual who is no longer here anymore, the other half of me was like, well, if something bad happens, maybe there's a chance I'll get to see that individual again. So, I was conflicted for just a moment. Just a moment. And like I said, telling my audience this is trust. And I mean, you can take the information or whatever. Some people might say that's morbid. Some people might say it's poetic. Some people might say it's just a moment. But luckily, I had something to go to. And as I was snapping out of it, one of my favorite games, which I told you guys this, is God of War. I love the God of War franchise is one of the best games ever. And it was so funny because I had told you one of my friends he's working on the new God of War, or has worked on the new God of War. And in God of War 2, when Zeus kills Kratos, Kratos is being pulled down to the underworld. And Gaia comes to him. The Titan Gaia comes to him. Which Gaia, Mother Earth, the Titan, comes to him and she intervenes. And she said to Kratos, she said, death is an escape. She's like, you're a Spartan. Death is for cowards. You're not looking to escape death. And those aren't the exact words, which you can look it up on YouTube. You can do Kratos meets Gaia. Kratos with a K. Kratos meets Gaia. And in that moment, Kratos, because the hands are grabbing Kratos to drag him down, Kratos in that moment pulls himself out from being drugged down to the underworld and stuff. Because he's like, death is an escape. That's for cowards. You don't look to escape. You continue to fight. And that's what I always continue to do. And like I said, I trust you guys telling you this for those who have been supporting. Trust is a huge thing to not just me, but a huge thing to a lot of people. If you don't have trust, if you have to second guess what someone tells you, if you have to second guess someone's authenticity, that's where there's an issue. Like I said, the person that I was friends with for over 6 years, lovely person. If I saw her on the street, because I haven't seen her since, if I saw her on the street today and she spoke, I'd speak. I'd be polite. I wouldn't be fake. Check out my episode, Polite versus Fake. I'd be polite. And I wish her well, and I'm sure she will wish me well, and that would be that. But the reason it wouldn't be the same if we were to become friends again is because I can't trust if she is being authentic with everything. Because in friendship or in any relationship that you have, whether it's friendship or whether it's love or whatever, you have to be able to give all of yourself. You have to. I know some things happen over time where you open up little by little over time, but whatever little bit you give to people, just like I give to you, all of this is me. All of it is me. If someone gives you little by little, opening up, They need to be authentic about it. They need to be able to build trust. And I hope that you can trust me to always be authentic, to always be real and direct with you. Because it's a big deal. If you don't have trust, you don't have anything. You start questioning everything involved with the person that you thought you could completely trust. And that's why I'm not as quick to trust people. They have to show they can be trusted. It's a big, big thing. Trust is a huge thing next to loyalty, which that's a whole nother show, which I might do that too. But yeah, I think for the person that I'm talking about that's no longer here, I think one reason that I've had him on my mind and I'm starting to feel that he might have been a twin flame of mine is because I trusted him. Now, he could have lied about things, but as I go back and think of all the moments I spent with that individual, I can't think of anything that he may have lied about. Maybe it's that maybe one thing. But yeah, there wasn't anything where I ever felt when I was dealing with him that, oh, I can't trust anything that he tells me, or oh, I can't trust his character. He has a shady character, or anything like that. I always felt comfortable around him. Finding someone you feel comfortable around, whether it be on a romantic level, a sexual level, or a platonic level, that's another rare thing too, which is another show within itself. Being comfortable around someone. That's another show within itself. But yeah, trust is a big thing. And if you do have someone in your life that you can trust on any type of relationship level, you better hold on to that person and don't ever let go. Because when they're gone, you'll think about them. Or when they leave this earth, you will think about them. Because it's such a special thing when you can trust someone and they can trust you. And that is all I have for my daily thought today. Thank you to everyone for your support. Like I said, I've been having a lot of listeners to my podcast, and I appreciate that because I'm starting to see even France showed up now. So people are listening in France now, of all places. So, merci to the people in France. I appreciate it. Until next time, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. Be blessed.